Welcome. You are now tuned in to Family Life. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The past, present, and the future. What it is, what it was, and what it looks like. Because it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. Now let's go fish. But before we do, I'd like to propose a toast. To trust. I believe that we are quick to say that we trust in something. We trust in God. Trust in yourself. I trust. But I feel like we don't trust enough. I feel like we talk it, but unfortunately, we don't walk it. I feel like the word is thrown around a little bit too much, too often, and not really taken in for what it's worth. So allow me to propose a toast to trust. Trust is powerful for me. It has brought me a long way. Do not worry about your life. Do not worry about the food that you eat or the clothing that you put on. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothing. Consider the ravens, who neither sow nor reap, with neither storehouse or barn, and yet God feeds them. Trust is something that has brought me true peace and harmony in my life. I'm very thankful for the value of trust, for the virtue, the power that resides in trust and trusting. I don't think people realize on a day-to-day basis how much they naturally trust from when they open their eyes. I want you to walk with me for a moment. From the moment you open your eyes, you trust that when you take your breath, you release that breath from your lungs, from your body, that it will return to you. You trust that the universe, 10, and your body will work together as one, so that when you release that breath, it will return back to you. That is trust. That is trust at its finest. Or when you take a step out of your bed and put those feet firmly onto the ground, you trust that your feet will have something to land on. And when you step down the road or the street or down your stairs, you trust that each step will be securely fastened and there to support you as you take each step. Now, these are things that we take for granted, obviously, because we've grown accustomed to these things. But yet and still, this is trust at its basic, truest core. So I look to nature often to reveal the qualities of trust to me. It's very easy to lose faith or trust in a thing, especially human beings, because unfortunately many human beings do not understand the value of being trustworthy. But nature, the laws of nature, the universe, 10, they never fail us. And so I often turn to 10 for ultimate guidance and direction. It's unfortunate that we don't fully trust in this world, because when you have that ability to trust, it brings a sense of release, a sense of relief, a sense of calmness within you, because you feel like everything is taken care of. Everything is the way it should be. And if unfortunately or for some reason something happens that is unplanned or not scheduled, you can still maintain that peace within yourself because you trust. You have that quality of trust that cannot be shaken. And for me, I just had a baby girl a few months ago, and numerology for me, the study of just numbers and the vibrational essence, has been a large part in me being able to connect with 10, the universe. And upon my baby girl's arrival to Earth, when we were at the hospital, I had 2 hospital rooms that I had to visit. Room 10 and room 22. The first room we went into was 10, which was an ultimate and immediate sign that the almighty force of life, the one source, was with me, God. 10. So when we went into the first room, I felt complete ease in that moment, because I felt like 10 was telling me, I'm here, I'm with you, all is well. And indeed, all was well. But what made it even more amazing was after we left that room, and when it was time to get ready to push and go into labor, for real, we went to another room, and that was room 22. And if you've seen my other video about my aunt, me seeing dead people, 22 has a significant value in that scenario, as well as the vibrational essence that comes along with 22, one of them being considered the master builder, meaning when you see 22 often, or if you have 22 in your numerology chart somewhere, it represents you being able to create reality from your dreams, creating something from nothing. You have that vibrational energy with you. And so that, coupled with 10, just gave me complete and utter assurance within myself. And of course, my baby girl Kaylee was born, and she is absolutely amazing, and she smiles and lights up my day every single day, every single moment that I look at her, and it's amazing. But I say that to say that I truly consider 10 in everything that I do. Numbers is a large part of how I am able to communicate with 10, among other ways, but I utilize this to allow me to go throughout my days with a direction and with a calmness and a confidence that only comes when you take the time to know yourself, to know nature, to know the love that encompasses you in nature, in the universe. It's like I've said many times that love is the #1 driving force and energy in existence. And I'm talking about the love that exists in the it's hard to describe, but it's a love that you feel Not from a touch, so to speak, but it can be just a look from a mother of comfort, or a smile from a friend to let you know that everything is okay. It's an unspoken thing that just is, and that thing is what drives us, is what motivates, is what moves, is what, any word that you can think of that promotes growth and harmony and prosperity and abundance and life. Love encompasses all of these things. And when I made up my mind to go within, to discover within, to want to be a part of the oneness that we all are a part of, but made a conscious effort to really step into that desire, my life has never ever been the same. And that is the peace, the love and harmony that I want everyone on this planet Earth and anywhere else on any other planet that is desiring to feel the love and the peace and the harmony that I speak of. I want every being to feel that, from the flower to the raven to the human. And it is possible. It is all possible. I do not move without the reassurance of the Almighty Ten. And I implore, I request, I beseech, I beg you to find that connection with Ten, with nature, with the universe, with the Almighty, whatever you would like to call it. Just get to know it. Trust it. It will not let you down, I promise you. You can never fail when you look to this. You can never fail. This will always be honest with you. This will always be open with you. This will always love you as only it can. A true love, a non-discriminatory love, a love that is genuine, and you can trust in that. And once you're able to come to that conclusion and truly search within and find the trust in which I speak of, life becomes a breeze, as it should be, as it is entitled. It is your entitlement to enjoy every single breath you take, to not stress, to not worry about the food that you shall eat, to not worry about what clothing you shall wear, or where your next meal shall come from. Consider the raven. Consider the flowers that neither toil, and yet and still they grow to beautiful, glorious hues. It is natural. Life is natural. Love is natural. These are things that are not made with hands. This is what is eternal. Find that. Find that. It is within you. It is within you. You were born with love within you. And where there is love, there is trust. Trust. There is trust. And so I ask you, I'm laughing. I just had a thought. My father used to say, or he said one time when I was out with him, when someone was, I think we were out eating and someone was trying to make a point with him. It was a worker at a restaurant. And my father was trying to explain a situation to this worker. And the waiter was saying something to my father. And to make his point, my father spelled what he was trying to say. A word, a particular word, I can't remember. and the waiter said, "Don't you spell at me, sir." In the most sincerest voice I'd ever heard in my life. He said, "Don't you spell at me, sir." And I never witnessed a somewhat of a lighthearted argument end in such a fashion. But I thought about it because, don't you spell at me. I'm saying that to you, don't you spell at me. Don't talk about trusting. Don't just say, yeah, I trust in the Lord, or I trust in myself, or I trust and mean it. Truly and wholeheartedly mean what you say and say what you mean. Trust will bring you so much joy and so much peace of mind when you can just let go. Let go. I asked my mother what was her tagline a little while back. She said mine is let go and let God. Let go and let God. You see, once you have that capability of letting go, allowing what will be to be, trusting that 10 will take care of all the small stuff, and it's all small stuff, then you're able to just live in peace and love. It works for me. It helps me, and I hope that you can find this trust as well. Peace, love. Before you go, I must ask you, what have you forgotten? Go fish.